We currently have a lot of buyers today who want to buy a property, but they already own a home and they need to sell that home in order to buy. So we've got a few strategies that we're currently using to work with our clients today, and we'd love to share those with you. Strategy 1, the contingent sale. Now, this one can be a little bit confusing. So let's say you're a buyer. You currently own a home we'll call property A. You want to purchase a home we'll call property B. You're going to write a contingent offer on property B saying, I want to buy your home, but it's contingent on me selling my current home, property A. You're also going to list your home, property A, and try to find a buyer for it. You're going to tell that buyer, this sale is contingent on me closing escrow on property B. So you've got contingencies on both sides so that if something falls apart, you don't end up without a home. You go ahead and move forward with all of your inspections, getting your loan in place and appraisal if it's not going to be all cash, and you successfully go through escrow on that one. In the meantime, a buyer on property A is going to do all of their inspections and get through that escrow. We then set up the closing so that property A closes escrow, your current home, and then you use those funds to help fund a loan or pay cash for property B. So the pro of this is that you only have to move once. The con of it is it's not always easy to find a seller on property B who's willing to entertain a contingent offer. We find success when we can do all of this off market because we often have very patient buyers and sellers. Strategy 2, the rent back. Now, this works when you list your home for sale and you look to find a buyer who's willing to be patient. So you have to tell your buyer, I would love to sell my house to you. However, I'm still looking for somewhere to go. So I'm going to need a little bit of time afterwards to stay in my property. It's called remaining in possession. So you go through with your buyer, they do all of their inspections, they get their loan and appraisal, or they're paying cash, and they close escrow on your home, and you already have in place a certain rent back. Now, usually that lasts between a few days, a week, a few weeks, sometimes even a couple of months. So you then get to close escrow on your home. The buyer says you get to stay in your home for a couple months. Sometimes that's free, depending on the negotiations, and sometimes you'll pay market rent. But that way you have cash in the bank. You have the cash from your sale in your bank, and now you're a really strong buyer. So when you then go to make an offer on another property, you already have that cash ready to go. It's not contingent on selling your home, and you have a certain amount of time to get that next deal done before you need to move out of your house. Now, the pro, obviously, is that you get to stay in your house while you look for a new house. The con is that if the buyer on your home had a loan, the lender typically has a time frame for which you can rent back. They want to know that the owner of that home is going to be moving into that home. So they often cap it at 60 days. So sometimes you can do a little bit of a longer escrow plus a rent back, and that will give you more time to find your replacement property. Option 3, the bridge loan. So a bridge loan is a loan that covers two different properties, the one that you're currently in and the one that you want to buy. It bridges both of them. So the first thing you do is speak with a local lender and talk to them about how to get pre-approved for a bridge loan. Once you have your pre-approval, you can go out house shopping. Once you find the one you want, you just write a regular offer with the pre-approval with the bridge loan. You go through that escrow, you close escrow, and now the loan is going to encompass both properties. Once you close escrow on your replacement property, that's when you list your current home for sale. You put that on the market, you find a buyer, you close escrow, and once you close escrow, you use those proceeds to pay off part of the bridge loan and you refinance it into a conventional loan. Now, the pros of this are you don't have to be a contingent buyer and you can write an offer just as you normally would with a regular loan. The cons are that these are very, very expensive and they are costly. So if you don't think you can sell your replacement property quickly, it's going to be a lot of carrying costs. If you would like to have a consultation, we would be happy to sit down with you to look at your options for buying and selling in this real estate market.